Keeping busy, I hope.
Another kind of anomaly? Sure distorting gravity around here. Need to think of a way to deal with it if we want to push on.
You're short-sighted. We need those additional resources to ensure better safety measures in the future.
Won't be efficient if we die of irradiation.
Huh. Seriously?
Hey, I took a closer look at our obstacle. It looks like something is distorting the gravity field around here. Good thing our base stopped, or we'd just be floating around in the air like those rocks.
Amazing. The sheer scale of it. I wonder if it's related to the interval.
Yeah, this planet, so full of mysteries. It's almost a shame we need to get out of here in a hurry. I can take the pressure, don't worry. But we can't expect to deal with a problem if we don't understand it properly. How do you suggest we go about it? We'll need to start by collecting more data about the field distortion characteristics. The base should have blueprints for a device called a gravity sensor. Once you craft it, it needs to be placed somewhere high to cover as much ground as possible. We're in a canyon, right? So maybe a ledge somewhere high up would be good. I'll mark potential spots on your map. Okay, I'm on it. Hey, you feeling all right? I think my metabolism of glucose might have been affected. I'm finding it hard to concentrate. That's exactly what I feared. This party was premature.
Would you like me to address that?
There's nothing more to do here. Should I move there?
All done. Should I take care of this now?
There's nothing more to do here. Should I move there? What is this? A new anomaly?
was skeptical about wasting so much time on collecting more Opidium for some mining ops jerk.
Hey, you feeling all right?
Yep, yeah. Just a little dizzy after last night. I don't think I ate enough fatty foods. Not that we have any in here. Could have made more pierogi.
You're never gonna believe what I found. Let me guess. A time-distorting anomaly?
What? How did you know?
Well, considering the presence of this huge gravitational anomaly in this area and Frankov's calculations, I expected you to stumble upon one sooner or later. As you know, differences in gravitational potentials create the effect of time dilation. So, I just connected the dots. You could have done it as well, had you taken the time to stop and think. I guess I was too busy discovering it. Of course, the credit is yours. Now, tell me more about it.
Well, when I got inside this thing, it just, slowed me down while...
All around you, time seemed to speed up?
Yeah.
What a discovery, Jan. This is just getting more and more fascinating.
Well, it's pretty hard to get rid of. The closer I get to its core, the more time I lose on the outside.
Yes, but you're also approaching the center of its gravity, which means that the core should slow down and be an easier target.
Huh. Interesting. I'll think about that. Thanks. Hey, you feeling all right? What? Oh, I don't remember anything from last night, except for waking up in the technician's bed, which I'd rather forget.
I take care of this now? come see me? There's a thing.
Hey, what's the matter? I was wondering, is it just me, or do you have it too? Have what? A splitting headache that won't go away no matter what I do. And a bad stomach too. Ever since that damn party.
That's worrying. A regular hangover should have gone away by now.
Yeah. Got me thinking. Maybe the booze was spoiled? We never checked its expiry date. Could have mold in it or some bacteria.
Okay, man. Just take it easy for now and don't forget to hydrate properly.
Yeah, don't worry. I won't be slowing you down. Even Molly's not there for me when I need her. Look at her, sulking in her little space. I hope none of those idiots plied her with that rotten stuff.
All done. Should I take care of this
What's
now?
up? wrong with her. I saw it. And I didn't do anything. Wait, what the hell happened to her? What does it look like? She's gone. Molly's gone.
What? But why? I mean, no, that's not possible. There was never any problem with her.
I came to see her like I did every day, and she was just lying motionless, cold and stiff.
Yeah, poor thing. Never got to see a real meadow in her short life. At least her life had meaning. She will be remembered as the first living organism ever to be created with the use of rubidium. She was our loyal companion on this journey. Let's at least honor her with a moment's silence. Should I remind you that we are in the kitchen, the place where food is prepared? The longer Molly is lying around in here, the higher the risk of contamination. He called her by her name. And he does have a point. Let's just decide what to do quickly and get back to work. This is taking too much time. Molly's been a part of this mission before any of us arrived. In a way, she paved the way for us. I say we bury her with honors. Still, we are talking about corporate property here. I say we put her in the freezer and take her back to Earth. Ally Corp scientists might be interested in her. But it's your call, Yacht. You're the captain. What do you think? We need to be rational about this. Cremate her corpse as quickly as possible and get back to our jobs.
No. We can't do that.
What? Why not?
Don't you all remember what they said at training? If any member of the crew dies for an unknown reason, it is the duty of the scientist on board to carry out a post-mortem without delay.
Member of the crew?
She was a live being, and her cause of death is unknown. We should find out what really happened. We owe it to her, and to ourselves.
And it's a mandatory procedure. Let's do it. Let's perform an autopsy and see what we can find out. All right? I won't argue with procedures.
Take care of this now?
There's nothing more to do here. Should I move there?
Jeez, I packed a lot of stuff.
Nice. I don't know that movie. Whoa! This anomaly. I haven't seen them behave like this.
Come see me. I'd like to draw your attention to something.
Molly's grave. I couldn't have chosen a better place for her myself. Rest in peace, brave little sheep.
So, tough guy. Excited about not sleeping on the floor anymore?
I guess.
You guess.
I discovered something new. An anomaly that seemed to be pulsating. Pulsating? As in shrinking and expanding. Yeah, and it seemed to have two cores inside. Very interesting. Thank you for bringing this observation to me. I suppose destroying it will be easier if you time your movement accordingly to the pattern in which it pulsates?
Well, keep that in mind.
Thanks.
Hey, are you done with the post-mortem? Did you find Molly's cause of death?
Yes and no.
Don't you just love science?
I know the direct cause of death, and it wasn't food poisoning.
No?
No, it was a severe brain hemorrhage.
What? Why?
That's the tricky part. Her brain looked changed. Part of it was covered with a strange, transparent film, like mutated tissue of some sort.
Any ideas where this tissue came from?
I don't know, Jan. I'm not a neurosurgeon, and I'm certainly not a veterinarian. Basic autopsy on a human being is all I'm trained to do. I ran a sample through our standard lab tests, and it doesn't fit any known results. So all I can tell you is this isn't any condition I could put a name on.
Maybe we should report this back to Earth.
Have you heard from anyone since we stopped?
No.
Just as I feared. The gravity field might have jammed their signal. While we wait for them to reinstall it, let's collect more data.
Such as?
Well, we know it wasn't anything in the food or air conditioning that killed her. However, there could be other external factors at play. This planet, the Interal. Who knows if the proximity plane doesn't interact with our reality in some ways we don't yet understand? We have no idea about the microbiome here, bacteria, maybe even viruses.
Viruses? What are you saying?
We should all get tested, just to be on the safe side.
So, the technician was right when he urged us to examine the sheep.
And we were right to listen to him. Now let's follow through.
Okay. How do you want to proceed?
MRI scanning. A simple procedure that will give us the first crucial answer. Is anything affecting our brains too? All I need from you is a simple upgrade of our infirmary. Think you can handle that?
Okay. I'll take care of it right away.
Excellent. We'll start the checkups immediately after it's ready.